What you're watching isn't just another funeral address, it is a flashpoint. In a clip now making rounds across Kenyan social media, Nyeri's governor says that God heard the cry of the Agikuyu, and rather than sending rain or relief, he sent the angel of death to remove Raila Odinga so Mount Kenya could reclaim its place in national development. That claim alone would be explosive, but layered on top of its region versus region fault line that has quietly shaped Kenya's political landscape under President William Ruto. Today we dive straight into what he said, what it is hitting so hard, and what it signals next for Kenyan politics. Here's what went down. At a burial ceremony in Nyeri on October 21st, 2025, Governor Mutahi Kahiga addressed a gathering in Kikuyu. According to translations circulating online, he said, and I quote, "We prayed, oh yes, in churches, under acacia trees, in our hearts. Lord, hear the cry of your people in Kiamaisha." And God, in his wisdom, listened. He didn't send rain or miracles of stone. He sent the angel of death. That angel visited Nyanza, took away Raila Odinga. Yes, brothers, God heard the Agikuyu cry and acted. No more will the scale tip. Our turn comes now. That segment is about 40% of the available clip, roughly 1 minute and 56 seconds long. What stands out is 1. The funeral setting used for public political narrative, and 2. The framing of another region, Nyanza, as beneficiary at the expense of Mount Kenya, and 3. Faith language, God heard the cry, turned into regional retribution. The reaction was immediate. On X, formerly Twitter, Facebook and WhatsApp groups, users flagged the speech as tribalistic, morally reckless, and totally at odds with the unity agenda often promised in Kenyan politics, something even championed by Raila Odinga. MPs, leading activists demanded a retraction, public apology or resignation. As of now, no formal apology from Kahiga, at least none that addresses this specific quote, has been publicly issued. Critics argue it reduces a tragic death to an ethnic score settle, portraying Raila's passing as divine intervention rather than mourning. That is particularly sensitive given Raila's status as a national icon across multiple communities. To understand why this matters, we must zoom out. Under President William Ruto's government, there is an ongoing tug of war over how development resources are allocated among Kenya's regions. Mount Kenya, traditionally a politically dominant bloc, has in recent years felt sidelined in favor of other regions. In the speech, Kahiga channels the sense of "we are being ignored," pointing west toward Nyanza as the beneficiary. The implication: if Mount Kenya is being left behind, then divine action was needed, and Raila's death becomes a turning point in that story. That narrative, blending regional resentment, faith language, and political claims, is precisely what is causing ripples, and it should. But why is the angel of death phrasing alarming? Because it explicitly frames death as a tool of divine justice on behalf of a particular ethnic community. That crosses into dangerous territory. It suggests ethnic favoritism granted by God, directed at another region. In a country still grappling with tribal politics and calls for national cohesion, that kind of messaging can be incendiary. It also raises moral questions about the timing, a burial, the audience, mourning crowd, and the subject, a national leader recently deceased. This isn't just political talk. It touches on faith, death, ethnicity, and national narrative all at once. What does this signal of intra-community and national dynamics inside Mount Kenya? Some may feel empowered by the sentiment. Finally, someone calling out perceived neglect. But others, many Kenyans, especially across Kenya, see this as a backward step for national unity. There's a risk that such rhetoric deepens divisions not just between Mount Kenya and Nyanza, but between us and them inside Kenya. Watch how this plays out. Will other governors echo similar language? Will opposition figures use this to broaden their critique of the Ruto government? Will younger voters push back against region-based appeals? The stakes are high. Kenyans are now calling for the DCI to take action. So what happens next? A few possibilities. Governor Kahiga might issue a detailed public clarification or apology, especially if political pressure mounts from both his own region and nationally. The Ruto administration may respond, either distancing itself from the remarks or using the moment to re-engage with Mount Kenya on development commitments. The story could become a defining moment heading into the next general election cycle. Region versus region narratives, faith-backed politics, and the shifting loyalties inside Mount Kenya could reshape alliances. In short, this isn't just a viral clip. It might be a seismic event in how Kenyan politics talk about regional development and ethnicity in the years ahead. Here's what I leave you with. In Kenya, politics isn't simply about policies and votes. It's about identity, region, faith, history, and how those pieces are woven into public speeches. The Kahiga remarks are a raw, unfiltered example. Whether you are in Mount Kenya, Nyanza, or beyond, it demands you to ask, what kind of politics is this? Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.